excitement in yeshiva was tremendous. There was going to be a Achnasa Sefer Torah, but not an ordinary one. A Sefer Torah donated by a 9th grade bocher, not an ordinary bocher, Hillel Blumenfeld, who at the age of 6 years old was diagnosed with Yana Machla. And the doctor said, Al pi derech hateva, we don't have a cure. So when Make-A-Wish Foundation came to him and asked him, what would you like? A trip to Florida? Maybe a trip to Eretz Yisroel for Sukkos? He said, no, I want a Sefer Torah. And that was the Sefer Torah that Hillel brought into the yeshiva. And everybody was dancing and singing. And at the end of the Achnos Sefer Torah, when the Aron HaKodesh opened up and everybody's dancing and davening for Hillel, I was crying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hillel's going to be my Talmud next year. Could you give me the Siyata D'Shmaya, the Seichel, to be able to guide a Bacher who I can never really understand what he's going through? The next year started. Hillel was a great, exciting, Simchas HaChaim Dika boy. His davening, his learning, unbelievable. And then one day I get a knock on my door. Hillel with a little smile says, Rabbi, could you tell me over a kasha of a k'tzais or a b'kiveger that I could think about? I said, sure, Hillel, but why? He says, I'm going to Manhattan today to a doctor, and I want to have what to think about. Very impressed. Wow. I gave him the kasha, and he went off. This happened every few weeks, until one day I asked Hillel's mother, what's happening by these doctor appointments? She says Hillel goes into a private room and has to sit still for 45 minutes to have an MRI on his brain. I said, by himself, 45 minutes? How does he keep himself still so long? Do they have to strap him down? She says, no, usually they show the boy a movie. But not my Hillel. He would never look at that movie. And now I understood. That's what Hillel's doing. He's thinking about a kasha of a k'tzais or a nesivus. We are all faced with the Yetzer Hara coming to us. Everybody does it. Or who's going to really know? It's private in a private room. Or sometimes we just feel down and we say, listen, I need it for my outlet. But Hillel taught us so much of a better way. Hillel had every excuse. Everybody watches. I'm all by myself. Who's going to know? And in my situation, it's very understandable. I'm going through so much. But he said, no, I could do it a better way. A short year later, Hillel returned his Heilige Neshama back to Shemayim. And I remind myself, thinking back to the day I asked HaKadosh Baruch Hu to give me the guidance of how I should be able to teach Hillel. And I realized how HaKadosh Baruch Hu answered my tefillas. It's not what I'm going to teach Hillel. It's what Hillel's going to teach me. There's a better way. There's the Hillel way.